So, welcome to the podcast, Mr. Andrew Lawson. Andrew, how are you, sir?
I'm good, thanks. Thanks for having me.
Now, there's a good reason why we have you on the show, because a couple of podcasts ago, we actually talked about it, the release of your new book. Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
The drum scores from Rise. This is all exciting.
Finally out. It's been an idea for a long time, but yes, it's now available. So
that's what I was going to ask you straight off. Has this been in the works for a while? You know, how long has this been percolating?
the idea has been percolating for a while, but the actual trying to put it together has just been kind of the last few months.
Oh, see, really? As recent as that, yeah.
Well, yes, the scores themselves, I typeset music anyways, so I kind of originally thought it wouldn't be that hard to put a book together, but I was proven a bit wrong.
There you go. So the book is now out, and we'll chat about it in a wee minute or two. But first of all, I wanted to ask you about Shotts and how you guys are coping at the moment with lockdown. How are things going with the core?
It's mainly been I'd say a break. I mean, we've definitely kept in touch, and I think that motivation levels are still there, but we are obviously not able to get together and actually be in person and practice. So I've been on Skype a fair bit over the last few months. We've had new recruits during this kind of off period and stuff. So most of my time's been working to catch people up and learn and help folk learn the music and learn the way we play it. So the people that have been in the core for a while, there's not been a lot of drumming contact, but we've all kept in good touch. So
there you go. So still managing to keep the wheels turning, even though we're not on the grass, basically, yeah.
Yeah, trying our best. I mean, once it had to be a break, it was probably not too bad, I guess, to get a bit of a break, and I think everybody had more time to do other things for a summer that you normally wouldn't be able to do. And obviously, I've got a young family here, so there was a lot of family time. We had to be home, so we spent it in ways that sometimes in the summer you don't get as much time to do. So
exactly, I can tell you, my garden has never looked that good. The grass is mowed, the fence is painted. You know, it's looking brilliant.
I wish I could say the same. It seemed like time somehow evaporated. It must be the running around and looking after and playing with kids. So
yeah, indeed. So, well, we were chatting to Pipe Major Emmett Conway and also to Graham as well. We were chatting about how we were so excited to see you guys on the grass this year, and we were absolutely gutted with pandemic and all of this madness. Were you guys equally as excited as a drum corps to hit the grass this season?
Absolutely. I think we've been growing and strengthening each year, and I was very looking forward to what the bands could put out there this now past season. Yeah. No, we were absolutely motivated, and it is some disappointment, but I mean everybody's in the same boat, so we just have to adapt and
try and overcome. Exactly.
Of course, yeah.
I know for ourselves in the Rab Show, we've been chatting about you guys. For yous, we're going to be the band that we were watching in 2020 with an interest, because I think it would be fair to say, Andrew, you guys left Glasgow in 2019 and left everyone going, whoa, what was that? That medley run that you played in the Circle. Wow. I was going to ask you, what was it like leaving the arena on the Saturday?
It was good. It was positive. We were happy with the run, and it felt good. And I mean, I guess I've played a fair few runs in that Circle, and we've had some medleys that felt really good. And I mean, most of them were pretty good, but some stand out more than others. I did really enjoy that run. I really enjoyed the music in that and the construction and the medley. So I think everything kind of came off well, and we were very pleased. It was a good way to finish that 2 long, grueling days of Worlds. So
it certainly was, and like I said, it did leave us all thinking, "Wow, that's amazing! I can't wait for next season." So, yeah, who knows? We'll hopefully hit the grass again in 2021, and I can't wait to see you back on the grass again. Yeah.
Well, thank you. We're looking forward to it too, and looking forward to seeing everybody out there, of course.
Yeah, no, exactly. I was going to ask then, with 2021 in front of us, we know that Inverary District are doing the big Glasgow Royal Concert Hall, but you guys in Shotts, have you any plans for any concerts and shows possibly this incoming year?
Um, and no would be the
No?
quick answer.
Yeah.
We've not really planned, and I think it maybe is a bit hard to plan because we don't know how things will go for the coming year. But the main concert is the World's Concert, and Inverary's doing that. We don't have anything in the pipeline as of yet. So
no, that's okay. Well, looking back then to Rise, when you guys hit that stage, can I say, first of all, the recording of that album or that show is just absolutely incredible. What was it like on stage on the night?
It was good. It was actually quite fun. There's a lot of build up. There's a lot of work, and then and maybe more so as a leading drummer, I was possibly feeling a bit of the stress, and I was helping on other ends. My background in audio engineering and stuff, I was helping Murray Blair, who recorded the show.
Yeah.
So in the whole build up, I had more than just the playing on my mind. So to finally actually just be on the stage and playing it was actually quite relaxing.
Wow,
maybe
yeah.
you're finally actually just doing what all the work was for, and
yeah, of course,
and we definitely worked into it, relaxed into it. At least personally, I think maybe a little tense in the first few sets, but then it just became really enjoyable. And you're playing in front of a large audience. I think the concert almost always sells out. There's a lot of enthusiastic people watching and wanting to hear, and you just want to do your best and entertain. So it felt really good, actually.
It's good to hear. I've talked to people who've been on that stage during that concert, and normally you hear, I was so scared, I was petrified, I was terrified even, and the whole thing was just a nightmare. But it's brilliant to hear that you enjoyed it and actually loved being up there. So can we talk about the drum scores then, Andrew? You've now released a book of scores from that show. And for those listening or watching this video right now, if you haven't got a copy of Rise, where have you been? You need to get a copy of it. So you can actually open your book, and as a drummer, you could sit at home now and play the actual scores along with the album. Not right?
Absolutely, yeah. It's a digital book, so it's in PDF form. But I guess that gives some benefits. I'm able to make the book easy to navigate. There's kind of the bookmarks and everything. You can flick through the book easily, and I guess there's nothing stopping you printing your favorite scores out of it anyways on paper if you want to keep a paper version of stuff. But you can play along. I've actually started a YouTube channel as well, where I'm going to eventually, hopefully, get all of the music from the book out there. There's a few videos on there already. I'll be playing those at a slightly slower tempo. I guess one thing about being on that stage is adrenaline gets in you and stuff. So the tempos on the actual night were relatively quick, but absolutely.
Yeah,
work through the scores and build up to playing that concert speed.
Indeed, and eventually get there. I have to say, I'm a drummer myself, and I've been attempting the drum score that you have for the drum salute. And can I tell you, my drags are a nightmare. and I'm so glad you actually did play it down in tempo, because to build up to the speed that's on the CD, I don't know how you guys reached that. Well, I don't know, I've just learned it this past week. So, hopefully I'll get there. But that's Absolutely. How you're doing this. You're kind of releasing the book, but then actually showing people in video form how to play it as well.
Trying to, yes. And I thought the fanfare might be one of the attractions of the book, to be honest. So that's where I'm putting work video wise at the moment, trying to get some of that out there. I just put a new one out with some of the even more complex parts. Part of the fanfare was written by a member of the corps, Ian Morris, who has a background in all sorts of drumming. He's, I think, got a degree in jazz drum set playing, and he's played drum line kind of things as well as pipe band drumming. So
Oh, wow.
he brought some interesting ideas to the table, and it took the rest of us a lot of time to learn them.
That's it. So can I ask you then about influences then, and your own approach to writing drum scores then? Who or, you know, what bands, what musically would be your main influence when writing drum scores?
I mean, a lot of the influences is based on what I've actually played. So who I've played with. And so, I mean, I played initially when I first went to grade 1, I played under Drew Duthert, and I moved to Peel and played under Craig Stewart, Jeremy Keddy, and then my teacher, Doug Stronach. And then I came to Scotland and played under Jim Kilpatrick for 12 years. And I mean, a lot of the music I got to play was fantastic. Jim's music is fantastic. I really enjoyed playing under Drew Duthert. I learned something from all of the leading drummers I played under in Peel, and I see influences, little combinations of rudiments or choice of rudiments and stuff from all of it, to be completely honest. So I think lots of it left its mark, even if I didn't think at the time it did. So my influences definitely are mainly based on what I've actually played already myself. So
there you go. And that's quite a pedigree, if you don't mind me saying so. That's quite a lot of big names there. That's quite awesome. So if folks want to get a hold of this book, you've actually introduced something that's kind of unique in releasing something new like this. Do you want to tell folks how to get a hold of it?
Well, the download is from a website I've just put together. So you can download the book, and the price point is set at what you want to pay, really. I guess in the pipe band world it's not been attempted yet, but I have seen it here and there. And I mean, the first time I saw pay what you want for something, it was actually the band Radiohead. They did it in 2010 for an album called In Rainbows. But obviously they have a gigantic audience and trusted that people would pay something for the digital download of their album. So I mean, part of it for me was I felt there was good value in the book. I thought I'm pleased with the scores, and I know the drum corps are pleased with them. So I figured there would be an audience, and that there are people interested in having scores and valuing them. But setting a price could maybe have just stopped interest to a degree, and leaving it open for people to pay what they want and even come back and pay later. So there's actually nothing stopping you just going to the site and checking out the book. You don't have to pay first to get the book. And I'm sure that means some people are not paying anything at all, but that's how I've left it. So
if anything, I think it's a genius idea, to be honest, because at the moment with the global pandemic, and people are on furlough, some are losing their jobs, even like some people are really financially hit hard, you know. So with things like this, say people could only afford a $5 or a $10, you know, then that's what they can pay. So I honestly think it's a fantastic idea, Andrew. So yeah, kudos to you, sir. I think that's fantastic.
Thank you very much.
So what does the future hold for yourself and the drum corps and the rest of Shotts? What have you guys got coming in?
Well, as I said, there's quite a few new members in the band, both drum corps and pipe corps. So I think that's kind of pumped us up motivation wise even more to really want to get out in 2021 and be a bigger band and really try to step up the next level from what we've had. As I said, there's no concerts or anything in the pipeline, and I think it's hard to make any big plans bar preparing for competition. So at the minute we're very competition focused, and once things get closer back to normality, we might start planning other things. I'd love for the band to do concerts or consider some type of recording or something outside of just the competition arena. So
excellent stuff. Well, if anything, I'm looking forward to seeing you guys back in the prize list again, and with a load of new faces too. Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah,
excellent stuff. So Andrew, before I let you go, we do have some Big Rab Show staples that I need to ask you. What is your favorite cheese, Andrew?
That's a tough one, but I would say actually and it's my wife that got me into this one, but Wensleydale with cranberries in it. That's a good one on a nice quality cracker or oatcake. It's good.
What do you call it? Wallace and Gromit. He loves Wensleydale, doesn't he? I think.
All right, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. See, yeah, Wensleydale fan. So, can I ask you then, with all of your years of playing throughout the piping scene, what has been your most embarrassing moment to date?
Well, I guess the story behind my nice haircut here. My hair wasn't always short. I think in high school I thought I was going to be a rock star, and I tried my best to grow my hair long. I don't think it was for me, but I think I got it almost down to my shoulders.
Nice.
I can't even ever find pictures of me with long hair, so I'm sure it did happen. It was a while ago, but when I first joined the Toronto Police Band, we actually it was kind of the tail end of the 1995 season. So I moved up to the band, but they were invited to Estes Park in Colorado for a competition in September or October of 1995. And a lot of the members of the band had been joking that, to play in the band, you've got to get your head shaved or this or that or whatever. So it did end up, and it wasn't forced by any stretch. We played along or whatever, but my hair all came off right down to the wet shave.
Wow.
Right down to the wood. Yeah, I can remember going to breakfast the next morning, and I think I had a pretty good tan. I think I can tan fairly well in the summer, so the top of my head was absolutely pale white, just being shaved the night before. So that was embarrassing for a wee while. I obviously came back and sheepishly got a lift home with my parents from the airport, and with a slightly new haircut, and then going back to school and high school with nothing on top. Yeah,
I guess everybody wondering
that was embarrassing for a while.
I'm sure, yeah.
And ever since, my hair's been quite short.
Oh, fantastic. Well, Andrew, thank you so much for chatting to us here on the show, man. And we wish
you very much.
All the very best for the book release and everything. Do you want to give a plug for the website then, of where people can get it?
Sure. It's andrewlawson.me. And from there you can find, I've started a Facebook page just kind of for the business oriented, and you can get a link to the YouTube channel there, which hopefully helps you in your learning of the drum scores.
That's it, and I've been using it definitely, for sure.
Good.
Yeah. So there you are, folks. Be sure to check out the new book, Rise, by Andrew Lawson. Definitely going to be worth picking up. So Andrew, please give my best to everyone in Shotts, and we hope to see you on the grass in 2021 with all those new
Absolutely.
faces.
I will. Thank you very much for having me on. Take care.
Thanks.